Hey, welcome to the Ringer Gambling Show, Wednesday edition. Cousin Sal here. Joe House is here. Anthony Dabbundo is here. We did it, guys. We are in the midst of it, House. I know because there's not a lot of golf to speak of. Maybe not your favorite time of year, but come on. There's like 8 minutes where there's not something great on TV, sports wise.
Yeah, it's magnificent. And there is golf. They're playing in Japan. So if you
Oh,
want to stay up all night, you can watch the Japan golf. And then
let's
there's
talk about
there's
that now. Let's do like 12 minutes on that, and then we'll
Tennis
eventually
is in
get to Thursday
Wuhan too.
night.
We could do that.
Oh,
it's a
perfect.
very good field in Japan. The tour is there. Anyway.
Well, Dabbundo might need a distraction because his Phillies, oh boy, back against the wall. He was so confident going to these games, shouting at people, cursing mothers and everything. And now look at this. By the time well, that's the night game tonight, right? In LA. What do you think, Dabbundo? Where's your confidence meter? 1 to 10.
I probably came in at like a 6, and
Oh,
now I'm down to, for just tonight, a
hmm.
3. This game on
Okay.
paper was always the one where they had the biggest advantage, so I wasn't feeling great about game 3 as a whole, and now I feel even
Hmm.
worse at 2-0. But really, it's been like, extra base hits in this series. Phillies have 5, Dodgers have 4.
Hmm.
The series has been super tight. They've gotten a couple clutch hits with 2 outs. The Phillies have not come through in the clutch, and that's playoff baseball, unfortunately. They've lacked the dingers as well. No dingers for the team.
Yeah, and you're right. On paper, this was the game. For 1 year, House, I would love for them to play the games on paper. All we talk about is on paper. Can we just try it 1 year? We've seen
Well,
what happens when you actually put the ball on the field and keep going, but on
I'm
paper.
I'm sure there's a good explanation for what I'm about to propose, why it's really stupid. But
Yeah.
at this round, why aren't we playing 7 game series? Why are these best of 5 at this
Oh,
round?
I
well,
agree.
it's yeah, I mean, it's about the magic date, November 1st. They don't want to play too much past Halloween. Is that what's going on here? I think, right?
I would
That would add
suspect,
like
yeah.
3 days. I don't know. I don't know. Also, there's so much stuff, House. I mean, we could hit the Hump Day headlines. Why don't we do that now? I'll
Yeah,
show
let's
you
do
what's
that.
in the news here. This is the Ringer Gambling Show presented by FanDuel. And if you're betting on the NFL, FanDuel's the place to do it. You've got everything: same game parlays, quick bets for when you jump in live, and your ways. You can set your own lines. The app's fast, it's easy to use, and best of all, when you win, you get paid out instantly. Download the FanDuel app or go to fanduel.com/gamblers to get started. Yes, you must be 21 or older and present in select states and 18 or older in DC, Kentucky, and Wyoming. If you have a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit rg-help.com. Call 1-888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org/chat in Connecticut. Let's start with and these are real actual headlines, and I'm going to assign odds to the results of these headlines, which is not carried by FanDuel, but fun to talk about. First one: Joe Flacco traded to the Bengals. Browns send Flacco in a 6th-rounder to Cincinnati, division rival, for a 5th-round pick next year. Dabbundo, first thoughts upon hearing this?
There was nobody else. Nobody else in the league. Not
For
one
Cincy.
soul. Not one
Yep.
backup that they could have called, maybe made a claim for or a trade. I saw some people theorizing that, like, yeah, they think Flacco can keep them hanging around 500 and then Burrow can come back for the playoffs. And it's like, has anybody else watched Joe Flacco play football over the last calendar year? I mean, not to do the compare and contrast, but look at the Colts offense. When
Right.
Flacco was in there last year, they couldn't do jack squat. Now they look like a supernova. And Joe Flacco is actually the only quarterback with a lower efficiency than Jake Browning through the first 4 weeks of the season, 5 weeks.
All right. The one thing I'll say is I don't want to go to bat for Flacco right now, the 2025 Flacco too much, House. But I will say, first 2 weeks he dropped back 90 times for the Browns. And he's not taking a ton of sacks. He's not, that's so. Wouldn't having Chase, having Higgins, having that receiver core, wouldn't that yield better dividends for the Bengals than it did the Browns a little bit?
Sure. But my reaction immediately was go to the win totals market and find the unders. What can I maximize here in terms of unders for the Bengals and for the Browns? Because
Mhm.
that's a trade that's basically a concession speech. That is like we have looked at our season. Everybody, we're here. And great job by all of our opponents. We know it's only week 6, but our seasons are over.
Right.
Here's the trade to confirm it.
All right. Well,
Well,
here's what I'm
I
going to
like
do.
the market
go ahead.
movement. Did you see the
Mhm.
market movement? So Green Bay was a 14.5 point favorite on Tuesday morning against Cincinnati. And after this big trade, Green Bay remains exactly
Yeah.
a 14.5 point favorite.
Yeah, Browning wasn't that good. He really wasn't, I gotta say. So yes, it's got to be about the same. And you could go to FanDuel and hit all those markets, as House said, the over/under wins and everything. Take a look, adjusted. But I'm going to throw one at you that's not on FanDuel. How about this, guys? Watson, Flacco, Gabriel, Shador, all even odds. Who ends up with the most wins this year? This point forward. Look at this. You're stumped. Look at this.
Watson,
Nobody knows.
Flacco, Gabriel,
Mm-hmm.
Shadur.
It's Gabriel. Gabriel's good.
I think it's got to be Gabriel. I don't think
we cl-
Gabriel's good. I will push
I was
back on
going to
that.
say,
but-
can we clip off House saying Gabriel's good? No, he's good enough, maybe.
Yeah, good enough. That's right.
How about this?
He's
What if I
not going to
put
throw the ball to the other team as much. Maybe.
Yeah.
Not that confident of that either.
If I out of those 4, if I put the tie at plus 750, actually the tie should be minus 650. What am I talking about? Zeros across the board. It could
right,
be.
zeros across the
Yes.
board.
Okay. All right. I think I screwed that up.
What's the over under on Jake Browning starts rest of his life in the NFL?
Oh, interesting. Well, if it was any other league, I would say a half under minus 1400, but so many injuries in this stupid league. So many injuries.
I just want to say, if you want to parlay the Browns and the Bengals both to finish with less than 5 wins, under 5.5, that's plus 344. FanDuel Sportsbook.
I did this with the Jets and
They
Giants.
do
I
play
like
each
this.
other again.
Right. That's the whole thing. Yeah, someone's going to get
tie
one.
doesn't count as a win.
That's going to get a tie.
0-0 tie.
All right. Next Hump Day headline. Jerry Jones was fined $250,000 for flipping off a Jets fan or Jets fans. He says he was looking to give a thumbs up and he got his signals confused. I can't tell when he's kidding. It's just a matter of time before he starts ranting about windmills and Hannibal Lecter. But also, I don't know. That's how you say hi in New York, isn't it, Dabbundo? Right? It's like it's just
Well, how many Jets fans have you flipped off in your life as a Cowboys fan?
Of course, I do it. I'm doing it right now. Yeah, look, there you go, Jets fans.
You were in Brooklyn all last week. All you did was flip everybody off.
It's a sign. It's a sign of peace. It's their peace sign. It really is. It's nice. He actually should be commended. But let me ask you this: what if? How about this number? How many birds would he have to flip before going bankrupt? I figured out. I think the over/under is 19,512. I think this would be a great like Succession type thing where he tries to screw over the heirs. As like it's a good fu to the kids. Like I'm gonna bankrupt myself just by getting fined the rest of the way. House, what do you think? Is that a good way to go? You go over or under?
It feels like that's not a way to die, though. You can't really.
No, you won't kill you.
Eventually, it won't kill you. Your arm
Yeah.
might fall off, but you won't die from that. So
Right.
I don't know.
Right. You'll deplete your funds, is what I'm saying, though. Dabbundo, what do you think?
Did you factor in all the royalty checks he'll be getting from Landman
Oh, that's
and
true.
his net worth?
Yeah,
Because that's got to
yeah.
be included.
Yeah, exactly. All right. Yeah, so it's going to take a little more than that. All right. We saw this Cardinals coach again getting fined for the DeMercado sideline confrontation. DeMercado famously now fumbled. It screwed Dabbundo and I out of our masterful Ringer 107 pick, which was Arizona minus 8.5. Anyway, he fumbles. He drops it before he crosses the goal line. We see he feels bad about it on the sideline. The coach goes over. It's really, I can't tell what happened. It looked like he was like slapping his pads. He definitely got physical. Anyway, he was fined $100,000 for this infraction. I would say House over under 1.5 remote controls. I threw against the wall when I read this.
Well, this is the thing. Who in America thinks the coach did anything wrong? Like, if they wanted to do a GoFundMe in Arizona for Gannon to cover the cost of the fine, how long would it take for the $100,000 for the good people of Arizona to come up with all of them want to hit that guy? It's amazing that guy is still in the NFL.
Yep.
Oh, wait. You think Gannon is the kind of person who has the cachet to put up a GoFundMe in Arizona right now? And because like he's not blameless in all this.
Okay, let's hear the side. Go ahead.
Look, DeMercado made the decision,
Feels blameless.
the dumb play, but then who goes on the sideline and hits Gannon for his defense in the fourth quarter? Who goes on the sideline and hits Gannon running the ball 3 times in a row?
He did have a defender intercept the ball at the inside the 5-yard line. That defender did execute the defense very well.
Yeah, Dabbundo, you sound like someone.
They ran the ball
you have to start
times.
betting. You have to start betting on 107 picks, and then I think you'll have a clearer outlook.
I had the Cardinals. I had Cardinals in multiple teasers.
Angry.
I was so sharp that I teased the Jets. Or I teased the Cowboys early in the week, and then when the line flipped, I teased the Jets. I was like, "Look at me! I got both sides of the game."
Great job.
And then I had them with the Cardinals, so they lost.
All right, I this angers me to no end here. I don't know.
But Gannon is not blameless in this.
I get it, but when there are things that that suck. That's a bad coaching move, and then there's stuff when you sit back to handicap. Like House, when you sit back to handicap a game, you would hope that there's not. That's a top 2 outcome, right? Your guy running for a touchdown, up 2 touchdowns already, drops it short of the goal line, right? Everything else, even like climbing the back and blocking a kick and all that shit, like that's not expected, but you're like, okay, that sucks. I was on the wrong side of luck. This stuff, come on.
Well, especially 1 week after the Colts guy did it. That's the thing that makes it impossibly intolerable. Like I would have understood if they had called security and had the man ushered out of the stadium and say, please don't, you're not welcome. You're within 100 yards. We have a temporary restraining. We have a permanent restraining order and an injunction.
And you have enough running backs for that.
We're going to fine you. The team should fine him for the price of everybody that paid for a ticket to that game.
And the gas to get there and everything else. Yeah.
And the gamblers who lost money on it.
Yeah, well, listen, I said jail. Maybe that was a little strong, but Simmons, did you guys hear on Guess the Line, Simmons defending DeMercado, like why he did this? Did you hear it? I mean, you're not going to get in trouble for not having listened.
He blacked out.
Yeah,
I heard there was a generational performance on Guess the Line. So
it's such. Well, yeah, I know, right? I guess he didn't go. This was his biggest f up here, saying that the moment is so big that you don't know what happens to you. But it only this epidemic only affects like 0.0000001% of those crossing the goal line with a touchdown. DeMercado has scored touchdowns before
in his life.
Big spots. I'm sure, right?
Yes. At some point in his life. If you wanted to say that about the Eagles guy, if the Eagles guy who had scooped up the blocked field goal and was running 18.5 miles an hour, according to Next Gen stats.
Yes.
If you want to say that about those guys, blacking out, sure. Not this guy. This dude runs for touchdowns. That's the whole point.
Exactly. I got it figured out. All right. That's it. Let's move on. Yes. Go ahead, Dabbundo.
You know any good lawyers' house? Because I think I want to get a billboard that says if you bet on the Arizona Cardinals in 2025, you may be entitled to financial compensation for emotional hardship and damages. That's how I feel at the moment.
You don't need a lawyer for that. Just make it the sign up. Just do it. Somebody will support it.
They're not even that bad. They're not good, but they're not bad. Like they could be
they might be pretty bad.
Well, I know, but you could be talking playoffs and that NFC that will get a 9-8 maybe or 9-7-1. How about that, Cowboys? You listening? All right. Let's do Thursday night. Philly at the Giants. Giants catching 7.5 as a home dog. The over-under is 40.5. We went 0 for 3 with our game picks on San Francisco Rams. Although, House, I think you were closest and you got robbed the most. And you have Rams in the over on a teaser?
Yes.
Yeah, that should have had. That was garbage.
There was a million ways. If you want to talk about bad coaching, let's talk about boy genius, Sean McVay with his perfect haircut and whatever he's doing to darken his facial hair. How about just make the right goddamn call one time when you need a mother effing yard? Just one time, Sean McVay,
well, he
boy
did.
Genius.
He dialed up the halfback dive to Kyron, and Kyron fumbled it into the end zone.
That was bad. Well, he did get clobbered in the head, much like they're saying happened to DeMercado on the sidelines. But that was really, he got hit. Yes, you're right. But then he gave it to Kyron Williams again on 4th and 1, right into the line.
With the receiver as the lead blocker.
You have to be able to
Chef's kiss.
audible out.
The genius. Chef's kiss.
You don't have Dylan Gabriel at quarterback there. If Stafford sees 10 guys stacked on the line, like, okay, we're going to do something else here, especially off a timeout. Come on. Anyway, let's move forward here. And since we were 0-3, but you were the closest to winning game pick on last Thursday night, why don't you take the ball here to start us off?
Yeah. So the fun thing is, Eagles offense is hot trash.
Yeah.
One of 5 teams outgained in every game this season. 54% of their downs have reached third down. That's 28th in the league. 47% of their drives have failed to gain a single first down. That's the highest rate in the league. Last in the league in rate of plays that gain 10 yards or more. 24 passing plays of 10 or more yards, fewest in the league. 37% success rate on passing plays, 29th in the league. I mean, I could.
This is embarrassing. Let's be honest.
I could keep going, but I'm not going to.
Keep going. I love it. Except they're going to win the division. Yeah.
My bet here.
What's the Eagles' record house?
They're not counting some of those wins, Dabbundo. Come on. They reevaluate everything at the end of the year.
Those are all just regular facts. So, of course, I'm betting on the Eagles scoring points. My bet this week, Eagles over 13.5. First half as a team total.
Attaboy.
The under is super juiced. It's -132. It's plus odds for the Eagles to score 14 points in the first half against the Giants. And the reason that I like this at plus 104 is because I think the Giants are going to aid and abet the cause. I'm counting on at least one short field score for the Eagles. I would really, really, really like it if it was a touchdown. It's more likely to be a field goal because that's who this garbage Eagles offense produced. But 14 points against this Giants team with the emphasis on throwing the ball that I think we're going to see. That's my favorite bet on the board right now.
All right. Well, I got off to a good start against Tampa, right? We saw same against last week, even against Denver. But
yes,
okay.
I mean, sixth in the NFL in first half point score. They average over 14 points in the first half. So that's the bet.
There you go. All right, Dabbundo, what do you think?
Did you guys see Kevin Patullo this week, the offensive coordinator for the Eagles? He said nobody's sleeping this week.
Oh, wow.
2 to 3 hours, the max every night. And I feel like that's the biggest panic indicator. Like when they start talking about how little they're sleeping, like sound the alarm bells, raise the red flags.
Did he have a baby? Is that what's happening?
No, they're just they're really locked in.
Oh.
They want to get what happened problems on Sunday
all snoring. Yeah, across the.
There was a meeting between Saquon, AJ, and Jalen on Monday for hours. They weren't sleeping. They were just meeting, discussing, chatting, trying to figure out what they're
going to look tired.
Then,
going on. They're going to look.
I don't know.
Look lethargic. That's a promising thing. Like
the coaches aren't. Players, I hope, are getting their 8 hours, but the coaches, I don't know.
Okay,
can they fix the game clock in Jalen's head because it feels like he just isn't processing like 1,000, 2. Just count Mississippi's, Jalen, and get rid of the mother effing ball. Okay.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Dable was trolling the Eagles because he went up to the press yesterday and he's like, we watched the film. AJ Brown, he's always open.
So wow,
they're trolling the Eagles.
That's great,
which is some great Art of War stuff. But I like the Giants team total under first half. That's all right, House. We're gonna have our bets decided by 9:00 tomorrow.
Wow. This is great.
Giants team total under first half, 7.5 points. The main reason I'm doing this is because I'm sick and tired of betting what I think is a pretty good Eagles defense. And then they get so worn down by the end of the game because, like House said, they go 3 and out every possession. Right. So last week and 2 weeks ago, the Eagles defense was balling out in the first half, completely dominating the game. Denver and Tampa could not do anything. And then 3 and out, 3 and out, 3 and out. And all of a sudden, Tampa hits a big play and Denver moves the ball. And I lose my bets. So I'm still scarred. I'm taking that out of the equation. And I'm saying that I know the Eagles aren't going to turn it over because they're extremely passive.
Best in the league
at it. They never turn it over. They just don't get first downs either. And the Eagles will control this game. I don't know how the Giants score. Like, what's their path to offense here?
Yeah, I love it.
You're not getting anything from me here. I don't think. But the only thing I'll say is mine, sadly, is not going to be decided by 9 Eastern. Although maybe if the Eagles are winning 40-0 at halftime, I could check this off because my pick is parlay Eagles money line over 36.5. It's minus 127 if you put those two together. It's similar to what House tried to do with the Rams last week. Hopefully I have better luck. And House said it, like, they're a weird team. They, for the most part, are pretending they exist in the pre-forward pass era, right? And their defense isn't as stout as they were promised to be, but I don't think they lose to Jackson Dart after dropping one that they should have had last Sunday. Plus, they've won 7 of 8 versus the Giants. The adjusted makes sense too if you consider, I don't know if you guys are big superstitious guys like this, but Thursday night games this year: Rams 49ers 49 points, Seahawks Cards 43, Dolphins Bills 52, Commies Packers 45, Eagles Boys 44. Lots of points on these Thursday games. Defenses aren't fresh, as Dabbundo told us. The coaches aren't going to be fresh because they're dead tired from no sleep. So I'm taking advantage here. Philly wins 24-17 or something. Tease them with the over. And hopefully it hits. All right, so let's do a prop. House, last week you hit with Adams over 54.5, and I won with Nakua over 95.5. Let's dump. I don't know what you had to bundle, but I didn't even, I didn't want to draw attention to it. But
no, Verse was like plus 140. He did not get a sack.
All right, well, listen, why don't you start with
so.
The bundle? Let's go. Let's get on the board here, prop wise.
Well, I think one of the most interesting parts of this game is the Giants play a ton of man coverage defensively, and the Eagles have had a lot of success against man and no success at all against zone. And this has been an issue for 3 years now for Jalen Hurts in this offense, where when they face zone defenses, they struggle. And a lot of it has to do with what House said, where like he's not throwing with anticipation. He's not getting the ball out on time. The offense does not appear well schemed to get open receivers against zone over the middle of the field, especially. So does Bowen go more zone? Because this DC for the Giants, they don't really like him. He sticks to his guns. Does he change up? Because I think it's very obvious that he should. Will he is a different question. But if they do, that will open up a ton of scrambling for Hurts. Like his scramble rates are over 10% this season. He's been scrambling a ton. So I like Jalen Hurts' longest rush over 14.5. I don't think it'll be a tush push that catches this one, but I think he'll be able to scramble efficiently against this Giants defense, which I think is pretty shaky on the back end.
All right, let me jump in here, House, because I also have a Hurts prop here, and it kind of correlates with the bundles, although not really. I'm going to say under 26.5 pass attempts. 8 straight road games. 8 straight road games. You have to go back 9 road games before you witness Jalen Hurts dropping back to throw 27 times. He actually averaged 18 attempts over that stretch of 8 road games. Look, if the game plan is to get a lead and hold it, and we follow that blueprint, there will be no reason for him to throw. And this guy doesn't seem to have an ego either. Like, he never needs to show off his arm. He enjoys when the team shoves him forward 2 feet. What a masterful athlete he is. He has everything being done for him. Yeah, he doesn't. I'm sorry. He doesn't have anything.
Man, Eagles fans are not going to like that.
I don't care. He doesn't do anything that resembles an outstanding quarterback play. Like, look, he's been in the Super Bowl twice, and we wouldn't even think of putting him in the top 4 quarterbacks. What does that say? Even Eagles fans have to admit it. So that's fine. They'll probably get back to the Super Bowl again this week or this year. I'm going to say under 26.5 attempts. Go ahead, House.
Yeah, that's fine, because I only need a handful of his attempts to go to AJ Brown. I'm going back to the receiving yards well after Devontae Adams treated me so well last week. And this goes to the nice point that Mr. Dabbundo, our nephew here, made about the man coverage that the Giants play and the success that the Eagles enjoy against it. And in particular, Mr. AJ Brown, high level of success against man coverage because he's a big physical receiver. The Giants.
House, you're getting choked up. You're getting sad over this prop pick. I feel like
I think I'm better. I was about to
Brown.
say I was about to have to talk about Quentin Johnson and George Pickens, and it clearly got a frog in my throat here. Quentin Johnson 8 catches for 98 yards. George Pickens 5 catches for 68 yards. I was slightly intrigued by the receptions, 4.5 for AJ Brown at minus 138, but that's too much juice. 64.5 receiving yards. I feel better about. He can get that in 3 catches. And I like the idea of, after this hours-long meeting that he and Saquon and Jalen had together, he's going to be involved in the offense this week.
There you go. All right, I like that. And
he's always open. I mean, Dave will say it.
With him.
Always open.
House has more to say about AJ Brown as we do our first touchdown, or just a touchdown bet. I think I won with Nakua or CMC first touchdown last week, plus 230. I'm not seeing that right now for this week, the either ors, because there would be some nice options. But House, go ahead. You're on the AJ Brown rant. Keep it going.
Yeah, AJ Brown plus 190 for an anytime touchdown, notwithstanding all of the numbers I just ran through about the anemic Eagles offense. You look at the stats and they tell you that Jalen Hurts is throwing the ball for touchdowns, two passing touchdowns each of the past 3 weeks. There's no reason that AJ couldn't be the recipient of one of those, especially again, the advantage that he's going to have in man coverage. So plus 190 for AJ Brown is my anytime touchdown.
All right, I'm going to go Saquon 2 or more touchdowns at 4-1 odds. I feel like this is a great player catching too much shit right now. Like fantasy owners are pulling their hair out, trying to figure out if he's going to break free, if they should bench him, even though he scored last week. He has 4 touchdowns this year, 3 on the ground. Tomorrow night's the night versus the old guard. Maybe he'll be fed some from the 2-yard line, ones that normally are designated for the tush push because they want to run it up and FU against the team that traded him or let him go. 8 multiple touchdown games last season. I like him at plus 400 to do it again, especially in this spot. I'm going to take it and I'm going to keep taking it until they won't let me take it anymore, House. Dabbundo, you're saving yours for a Wild Wednesday segment here. Your touchdown prop.
Yeah, I got a fun way of playing the Thursday night football prop that I want to save for when there's also no soccer this weekend, so I can't do another soccer bet. So,
okay. All right. Wild Wednesday. We'll have that coming up. I mean, let's briefly talk about these 107 picks. Simmons set it up. There's 5 shows going against each other. House, you and Simmons are a team. You're 2-3 last week, 10-15 on the year. Dabbundo and I, a miserable 2-3 somehow last week. 11-14.
We went from 4-1 to 2-3 in like 5 seconds. Two
really
games flipped on us.
What was the other one?
Seattle.
Wait. Oh, Seattle. Yeah, right. Okay. All right. I don't know, House. It's hard this year. My God.
It is
opposed to the other years.
I don't know. 3-2 is like a miracle anymore, Dabbundo. What are we supposed to do?
We got to copy the Bodega Locks. They got the formula. Back-to-back weeks. They went 3-2. They pulled ahead.
All right.
And inspiring 13-12. We're only 2 games out, though. We're only a quarter of the way through the season.
And we have the tiebreaker over them? I don't know. Yeah. I'll have to check.
Point differential.
There you go.
Bad beat differential. We have We've clinched the tiebreaker.
Team Shields in last place. That's kind of funny. Go ahead, House.
What do you tell me? I just need to know each week which team is going to lose by the game-ending touchdown that goes down the field. Because this week I got 3 of them. If that was the pick, we had the Eagles, let Bo Nix score 18 points against them in the 4th quarter. That was tremendous. Love that so much. Seattle, has at home with their vaunted defense, can't stop Baker Mayfield. I guess there's no shame in that. But speaking of vaunted defenses, the Chiefs should have been in a position to win and cover that game. No problem whatsoever. Right. And there was a long 3rd down pass that Trevor Lawrence did indeed make. Chris Jones couldn't be bothered to run to the side of the field.
Oh my God.
Trevor Lawrence was on. He was laying down on the field twice.
He was rolling.
Chris Jones was busy. Couldn't get over there. So yeah, Jacksonville. I just like to know, which of those teams is going to be in that position so I can bet against them.
Our buddy Raheem, I mean, we can know though, because we don't live bet enough, House. We don't.
Fair.
We don't. Like Raheem is like, yeah, I got out of that Yankees bet that the Blue Jays up 6-1.
Blue Jays.
I was like, all right, and he does that like, I'm sure he's losing on it too, not telling us, but I feel like we got to get on this. We got to get on the live betting more. It's an aversion to heartache and betache and everything like that. Dabbundo, you and I certainly could have done that when Arizona was up. I mean, the live line when DeMarcado is at the 2-yard line. Could we have bet at that, or after an interception? Could we have live bet that? Like what
before he hit the ground?
When he hit the ground, before he fumbled. Even when he fumbled, 2 of our guys had a shot that instead of kicking it across the field, we had a shot to recover there. But yeah, live betting, House.
Unbelievable. I love live. I bet a lot of second halves. NFL Sundays like 1-2:30. Usually I got a couple second halves. Prime time second halves. Had a little bit of second half over Monday night. That was fun. He just kept scoring over and over again. And I was podding live with Shio. We were doing the Phillies pod, and I have one screen up with the Zoom and the other screen up with the broadcast, and I'm like fist pumping under the table because the Jacksonville's returning the pick 6 on Mahomes. So.
Is that what you call that move under the table that you do? With
Yeah.
Okay. All
Only
right.
thing I do under the table.
Hey, now. Cuz you make a good point. The live bet, really the trigger for that is the text that I get from Simmons every goddamn week, him counting a winner 2.5 hours before the game is over, celebrating the Eagles, when they were up 17-3. He sends a text to me. Whoa, we got that one. Great. Okay.
So we need an app that will link a text from a friend who jinxes you right over to FanDuel and takes you right to the opposite side to hedge there. I think that's $1 billion. And you designate the friend because it's always the same friend. Yours could be Simmons. I have like 3 or 4 of those. Okay, yeah, I like that. All right, we'll talk about that.
It's the ultimate buy low. It's like betting on a team after their podcasters quit.
Right. Except you just don't want to. You're like, I got a winner here in the Chiefs. I don't want to lose any money hedging because I picked a winner. Why should I lose even $20 hedging? It's just such a psychological weird thing. Let's take a break. We got so much baseball to talk about. We have college football. We're gonna do it all right after this. All right, here we go, Dabbundo. Big day, big day. Phillies, Dodgers. You're down 2-1.
2-0.
2-0. Oh, I was trying to
Don't let us get one though. If they let us get one, they're going to be shaking in their boots.
Is that it? Okay.
Yep. We get one.
Everybody
says
Philly
that on Saturday night, and then we'll
recapping Tuesday's action: Blue Jays, Yanks. Yanks pulled it out 9-6. What the hell with Judge with that swing? What a home run that was. I mean, it was off the fists. It was an 0-2 pitch. It bangs off the foul pole, and there was just no way they were losing after that. They're down 2-1. If you like the Blue Jays, they're -220. If you like the Yanks, +182. Tigers, Mariners. Mariners won that in Detroit 8-4. They're up 2-1. They're -330, +260 the other way. And now we have all 4 games, House, going today. Probably as you're listening to this, there's one going on. Detroit, Seattle is early. Then the Cubs, Brewers, Yankees, Toronto, and then Dodgers, Phillies. What do you think? What jumps out at you yesterday or today or anything?
For me, it's the massive relief of Seattle's bats waking up because I paid the hefty price, the hefty series price for them, and the series price and the game 1 price were nearly identical. They were around that -185, -190, and I laid it in game 1 and laid it for the series and got punched right in the nethersphere.
Yeah.
With the game 1 outcome, extra innings. But Seattle, the bats are alive. The pitching is in form. The bullpen is steady enough. So I'm honestly, it's betting relief, and I'm knocking on wood that I didn't just tilt the series in the wrong direction.
Scooble's waiting in game 5. They get there.
I think Seattle +155 to win the American League is a nice play here, Dabbundo. You don't like that?
I'm leveraged up big time on Seattle
right.
from the summer, but the middle of the bullpen is a little scary. The Brian Wu situation really matters. They need him back for a CS, especially against those 2 offenses. Like the difference between playing Detroit's offense versus Toronto and New York is pretty massive.
Yeah. It's tough. I think as long as I can get plus money though, because I'm trying to think of the next series what would be. So it'd be probably about a coin flip depending on who it is. So yeah, that's Yankees. Toronto is -172 for the Yanks to even things up. By the way, Judge said that Ghosts blew that ball fair. The Yankee Monument Ghost did that. That's not. They better look into that if that's the case. That's an unfair advantage. You can make fun of the Astros all you want for cheating. I don't know if Babe Ruth is blowing balls fair. That's no good. I saw
JJ's mom had a big fan in the down the third base line.
Yeah. JJ's mom has got it going on. I've said that for a while. She's got to come to every game now going forward. All right, Dabbundo, let's talk more about your Dodgers Phillies. It's -184, +154. Over under is 8. I feel like you catch a break a little with Yamamoto. You said this on paper was supposed to be the, I don't want to say easier one, but he's 9-4 on the road, better away from Chavez Ravine. And I don't know. What do you think?
Well, I don't think our starting pitching is as good, right? And that's where I think that they have the biggest advantage. The market kind of reflects that. I think it's interesting. The Phillies are going with a pitching plan that a lot of people are at least here in Philly, a little confused by. Aaron Nola's going to open. I think he'll face 9 hitters, go once through the lineup. Then they're going to go to Ranger Suarez. Suarez has had an incredible playoff history. He's been super successful in this role, but there's a lot of questions. Why haven't they pitched him? Are they concerned about him? Do they not think he matches up well with the Dodgers? There's some real uncertainty there. So it would be very Phillies for them to win this game and get it back to LA or to Philly for Game 5 and then lose Game 5 at home. It'd be perfectly on brand for this team.
Well, now you're talking like it's 2-1. They have to win a couple before.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
Don't let us get one. But I don't know. The Dodgers pitching plan gets weird in Game 4 because it'd be Glasnow. He's pitched in relief. There'd be some kind of a bullpen-y type game with Glasnow as the opener, I'd imagine. But the Dodgers have only had 3 recorded outs by actual relievers in this series.
Right.
They've been hiding it as best as possible, and really they've barely gotten through. The Phillies have brought the tying run to the plate in almost every inning that the bullpen's been in. So I think that the Phillies lose tonight, but I'm hoping I'm wrong. I'm not laying 180 either.
I have a question for Dabbundo. The total is 8. I kind of like the over. Looking at the way this is played out and with all this pitching craziness, you want to talk me out of the over of that total?
I feel like you'll get a better number live. That's what I've been saying. Like I liked over a little bit in Game 2, but I was like, why play 7.5? Like the first time through the order, I feel like both offenses are up against it, and all of the scoring has come late in this series. There's only been 3 total runs in the first 5 innings.
He loves it. You were asking the wrong guy, House. This guy loves the unders. He lives on the unders.
I love it. The unders.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Wild card unders were great to us. Division unders aren't really a thing. So we'll be back for.
I got an over that I mean, this is going to be tough. I like the Blue Jays over 3.5. I like them yesterday. I took them over 3.5 just because they're in the Bronx doesn't mean the bats died down, and they didn't. It's not that freezing cold. Let's keep doing it until Vlad tells us not to. I feel like 3.5 isn't that
Schlittler.
easy? Whatever. It can't be. It can't be back to back. This is what we don't know. We don't know about Schlittler 3 weeks ago. You would have thought, oh boy, the Blue Jays don't strike out. And the Yankees middle relief is bad. Whiff last night, 6th, 7th, 8th. So it's really hard to handicap these. The other ones, Talon and Quinn Priest. I like Quinn Priester on the Brewers, 13-3, 332. That's a toss-up game. Any feel on that?
I bet over Seattle, Detroit. Bryce Miller off of that mound. He's not nearly as good away from Seattle. And I think that is meaningful based on, we're going to talk mound construction again. Something going on with that Seattle mound with their home pitchers too. Away from home, and both of these bullpens are taxed. I mean, Matt Brash and Andres Munoz have pitched every game in this series for Seattle. Their other guys are not as trustworthy. They're all worked. And Detroit's been doing this pitching chaos pretty much all of the wild card games. Then Game 1 and Game 3, they used a ton of their bullpen yesterday. Mize will be on a very, very, very short leash because it's an elimination game. So the first sign of trouble, he's out. And then all of a sudden they're bringing in all these guys that have pitched a ton that the Seattle's gotten a lot of looks at. 8.5 over -105. I like for the first game of the day.
All right. House, you got your over. I like that Toronto over, and Dabbundo likes every single under except for that Detroit Seattle over. You guys want to talk college football?
We can do that.
Getting good. Ohio State plus 430 to win this whole thing. Oregon plus 550. Bama plus 650. You look at the Heisman updates. The Oregon quarterback Dante Moore plus 500, and Carson Beck plus 600. If you look at Miami's schedule, really looks like they're not going to get tripped up. And if that's the case, 6-1 is a nice number, I think, for Beck. Texas, Oklahoma. Texas is now a 1.5-point favorite. Mateer comes back for Oklahoma. This is my pick here. I'm going up. First of all, we need to rename this house. This has gone through 47 names. Well, because it was what was it?
Red River Rivalry?
Well, it's the Red River Rivalry now, right? But there was like more of a shotgun connotation there. It used to be the Red River Shootout, and then the Red River Showdown. Even Red River Showdown, I think, was too much. So I think now it's the Red River Rivalry. I don't know. I think we go back the other way, House. I think we could put a little more grit into this. What do you say?
Sure.
How about the red dye rumble? Everybody's afraid of red dye.
Everybody,
right?
Yeah. Get RFK will endorse it. You can come to the game.
It's deadly in Skittles, and M&Ms.
Everybody, I wish everybody the best of luck.
I'm so healthy. All right. I think we finally see a good defensive performance from Texas. Mateers is going to play, but it's coming off a hand surgery. That's kind of a big deal. Might not be a great spot to make his return. I think Saquon and Arch Manning have big weeks this week, and everybody shuts up about them for a minute. Oklahoma 4-9 against the spread in the last 13 against Texas. 24-16 in the red dye Dabbundo. What do you think?
Did you see the Arch Manning got reported on Instagram for being a parody account of a quarterback?
Oh, is that true?
Yeah,
Is that
somebody
legal?
reported him on
That's the
Instagram.
punchline?
Wow.
Pretending to be a quarterback. That was tough.
Pretty good.
I mean, you lose to you get outplayed by DJ Lagway
Poor
in a
Arch.
football game. It's pretty
Yeah.
hard to do. Like
Yeah,
that takes
absolutely.
real talent. If his last name were Jones, would he be a day 1 or 2 pick in the NFL draft this year?
Interesting. What if it was what was Arch Sanders? Then what it would have been? What are we going to do? He should change
Round 6.
The family's making him change it. By the way, House, I looked up Archie Manning's stats, and I knew he played for those terrible Saints teams in the 70s and everything. It doesn't make any sense that anybody in his family is excelling in Hall
He's
of
good
Fame.
at quarterback.
It is unbelievable. Those Saints teams' records. I got to find these stats now. I mean, they were like, okay, so there's like 3-5, 2-11-1, 5-8, 3-8, 2-11, 1-8, 7-9, 8-8, gets to 8-8 in 1979, and then in 1980, 1-15, and then 3-8, and then 0-5. What the hell? This guy and his sperms got all the magic. What happened here?
That was Eli Manning in his non-Super Bowl years.
It's a pretty long career, though. What that really is a testament to is the endurance, the longevity. He's seen a lot of football, and he was able to pass along. He learned a lot of losing ways, and said, "Boys, don't be a loser." Here, I'm telling you from experience.
Here's the other thing. So he was at Ole Miss, as Eli was. 40 touchdown passes there, 43 interceptions.
Jameis.
It's like, all right, you're a pro. Come on, move on. We got just a spot for you. The Saints. You can go 8-8, then 1-15. Like it's really spectacular how we did.
So what you're saying is that
Jameis.
Arch is actually good.
Yeah, Arch should speak up and like, hey, did anyone see Grandpa's numbers? Come on now, the patriarch of the family.
Like his uncle Peyton never could beat Tennessee, Florida. Sorry.
Yeah. Dabbundo, go ahead. Michigan State on the board here.
Yeah, I mean, this is an easy one, right? I feel like I will be shocked if Michigan State doesn't cover this game, win by multiple scores. Last week, UCLA was the worst team in Power 4.
Right.
Okay, great. You beat Penn State. Look, as I said 2 weeks ago, huge travel advantage in these Big Ten games. Clearly, when you're going from one time zone all the way across the country like Penn State was, they weren't prepared. Right. And now UCLA has to come all the way across the country to good old East Lansing, and they're not going to be ready. Michigan State, Jonathan Smith, -8.5. Line would have been like 12 like a week ago. They beat Penn State. Penn State's a sham of a program and a shameful, sorry institution. Sorry to those who graduated from there. But give me the Spartans.
I like this.
-8.5.
I like this. At least
Yeah, we're back on travel
hand.
handicapping.
Yeah.
Money
Last
line
week-
parlays for sure. Yeah.
Last
Very
week, I won a college football bet for the first
You
time.
won. House and I. Who'd you have? You had Miami, right? House and
Miami,
I
yeah.
had Vanderbilt.
They almost
and
blew
Texas.
it. They almost blew
I
the
had
cover.
Texas. I want nothing to do with that garbage program for the rest
I
of
know.
my life.
I'm with you.
Hot trash.
And did you see how Vanderbilt
We're
didn't cover?
back.
Plus 10.5, 4th and 2, 17 seconds left. Bama's running out the clock. They could just run forward into the line. They're
they
up.
could have.
Yeah. Off tackle left, guy goes untouched. I was like, I was texting Tate. I was like, here it comes. Watch. I hope you're watching. And there was that.
Well,
all right,
that's
House.
the punishment. That's their revenge for Vanderbilt beating them outright last year.
Yeah.
That at least I
Alabama
understood.
doesn't lose to Vandy.
Well, that's fine that they don't have to lose. They can win by 9.
Just let them hit right. They were sitting right there.
People talk about the bet aches and pros. There's just so many more. I mean, obviously there's more games in college. So, but yeah, you could, good luck getting through a Saturday here. House Bama though, 3.5 at Missouri. Tough game with these SEC battles every week. Like really, if we were looking at Tate and I at the conference championships, there's some good odds for decent teams at plus 700 and more, because you're going to get a game like this. You're going to get 3 of these a week until Thanksgiving. These coin flip games. How do you see this playing out?
Yeah, and that's literally the thesis for this Missouri bet. This thing opened at 6.5, was at 5.5 early in the week, and bam, all the way down here to 3.5. And it's a combination of Alabama not being very good under Kalen DeBoer on the road. They're 2-5 on the road, and 4 of those 5 losses came against unranked opponents. I like also the rest edge that Missouri brings here, and Alabama coming off of 2 consecutive like pretty physical games. So I just like the points. I like anything over a field goal here for Missouri. The quarterback for Missouri, decent, completion rate
Bo
near
Prabula.
76%, 1,200 yards, 9 touchdowns, and only 3 picks. So if they don't self-sabotage,
Right.
I like getting the 3.5.
I like that. I like the over in that too. It's tough because Missouri hasn't played a lot of teams, but they have great stats and they average 45 a game. So and Bama is kind of has to be due for a letdown at some point. We see this happen on the road all the time, guys. It's
Go
hockey
Tigers.
season. Yeah, it's hockey. They dropped the pucks to Bundle last night. A whole bunch of them.
Where?
What do you mean where? It was everywhere. Your friend didn't text you?
Half the league played last night.
The Panthers are favored to repeat. This would be a three-peat. I don't know. Probably should just keep betting them until they lose. They're plus 750. They won again yesterday as they put the banner up. But let's get House. I was going to say Stanley Cup picks, but you got a golden one here with your caps under. Oh, this is so sad that you're doing this.
No, this is a rational economic betting action here. I know that you wanted a Stanley Cup pick, but the
That's
Stanley
okay.
Cup is its own unique thing. That it's just a tournament that has nothing to do with the regular season. Not that dissimilar from baseball. So I don't really like to park the money. And Dabbundo talked to a wise hockey mind who
Yes.
confirmed that
That part is debatable.
well, you don't need to make preseason Stanley Cup bets. Just wait till the season gets going. We're getting closer to the tournament and see, who's healthy, who's goaltenders playing worth a damn. Then you can get involved in that market. Yeah, I went to the total point market. This is some opportunity here, and there were 5 or 6 that I liked. But Washington had 111 points last year, just played completely out of their mind in the all-time, prop up Ovi as we get him across the goal line with the goal record. That is not sustainable. They had several guys with season career years. I like the little regression for them. Ovi's not going to be as prominently featured. They don't have a lot of goal scoring on the team. Under 95.5 total points right now. They
Whoa.
dropped the pucks tonight in Washington, and I have a wager on that as well. But under total points, 95.5, just based on some of the regression we expect.
Okay. I like that. I will take a pick here with the Vegas Golden Knights because I don't know that we'll get 10-1 odds on them come like March or April. But Western Conference, it's a night. I mean, they added firepower to this year's team. They traded for the 100-point forward Mitch Marner from Toronto. So he's coming from Toronto, so he's going to be great, and they're going to suck again or miss him or whatever. He is now a bigger Vegas attraction than the Backstreet Boys at the Sphere. So this is going to be fun to watch. They team him with the top tier center, Jack Eichel. So, and they have Noah Hannafin also was a top 5 pick. So they have 3 top 5 picks from 2015, 3 out of the 5. They have a defenseman, Pietrangelo, on injured reserve. He's out for the year. He was durable, but that frees up money. It seems like they're going to sign somebody there. They've made the playoffs, this team, 7 of 8 years. They were champs in 2023, not too far removed. And it was the last time anyone beat the Panthers in the finals there. So I like Bruce Cassidy's team at 10-1 odds to win the cup. Now I said Dabbundo, make a pick. Please make a hockey pick. Read 2 articles and then start screaming and pretend to be an expert on the NHL. And he's like, no, I'm going to wait for a text from my friend. So what did the text say, Dabbundo? Everyone's waiting.
You want me to read it verbatim?
Go ahead.
It goes against what you just said, though. So that might be. He said,
I
general
read
rule
2
of thumb.
articles. How many articles does this guy read? Go ahead.
This guy's a real hockey guy. He tweeted out his opening night parlay. He went 0 for 3.
Perfect.
None of the,
That sounds like a real hockey guy.
None of the legs hit.
What's his name? Do you want to out him?
Yeah, I'll dox him. Tim
Okay.
Kalinowski, great
Oh,
of
no.
the great Snapback Sports, former Action Network friend of mine, Syracuse guy, played hockey, club hockey guy. So he's one of those real has the flow too with the RVCUs too. General rule of thumb: don't take anyone shorter than 12-1 before New Year's, and no one shorter than 8-1 after that. That said, my pick to win the cup is probably Colorado, who's plus 950.
I love it already.
But I'm not in love with the number because it's below 12-1. You're not supposed to bet them.
Right.
He said I'd rather pocket Tampa 12-1 and Winnipeg 25-1 right now. And Winnipeg has the goalie, right? That's the Hellebuck. He's the god, but then he chokes in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Why is 12-1? No, but what's magical about 12-1?
That's
why can't 10-1
the general rule of thumb.
12-1? What is it? Dozen? Was it
Plus 1150, no good.
All right. Okay. All right. There you go.
I should ask where he got this general rule of thumb from. Who is the czar of hockey betting?
Yes. Where did he come at 12? 1150, no good. All right. 12-1.
Sorry,
right,
Sal.
listen.
Vegas,
no, it's okay.
1, no good.
Damn. I have to wait till New Year's now. All right. Well, now I have something to look forward to with the 2026.
Cowboys on Christmas this year, right?
Oh, Jesus. Then
parlay Cowboys money line with
they'll get flexed. They'll get flexed to Labor Day or back. I don't know what
they're gonna be. They're gonna be the most electric watch in the league. Every game is 40-35.
Yeah. No, I agree. Put them in the NFC Championship against Tampa. It's not gonna get more exciting than that. It might get better teams, but not more exciting. All right. If you thought so far this Wednesday has been wild, you ain't seen nothing yet. We're going to take a break with our Wednesday wild prediction coming up. We're right back. All right, Dabbundo, you teased that you have a wild prediction. I think it's a touchdown bet for that Thursday night game, but you saved it for this section, Wednesday's wild and wacky prediction. What do you got?
Yeah, so Theo Johnson, almost said Teo like he's a French soccer player. Theo Johnson is the Giants tight end, and his target share has gone up considerably. Since Dart became the starting quarterback and since they lost Neighbors for the year and now that they've lost Slayton, it's like, all right, who do we got? Looking around the room, nobody except Theo Johnson. Now, he in theory would match up well here because he's the main kind of option over the middle. But the problem is the Eagles are really good against tight ends. DeJean, Bond, Campbell, they do a really nice job kind of patrolling the middle, taking away tight ends. It was something they did really well in the Super Bowl. It was something they've done all of last year. So you can do what's called an inverse correlated parlay, where you bet the over receptions, 3.5, and the under yards, 29.5. Now that is 6-1. But if you want to get really crazy and say that he's going to have like a 4-yard touchdown reception or 5 yards in the end zone, and you put all three of them together, Giants, Theo Johnson, over 3.5 yards, under 29.5 yards.
Oh my God.
6-1. But if you add the touchdown, 40-1 for Theo Johnson. It's my wild bet for Thursday Night Football.
All right, let's talk about
this. It's worth the $10.
Well, this is the threading the sharpest needle in the world, I think, what you're trying to do here. But look, how much different is it if you go over 3.5 receptions, over 29.5 yards, and a touchdown? What does that pay? Because that seems about for rooting interest. I feel like that's easier. Like, oh no, don't break that tackle. It's great. Like what you know what I mean? You're just gonna drive yourself crazy here. Is it that much different?
It's an all-time sweat.
But wouldn't you get like 20-1 on what I just said?
It's not that wild if I just say he's gonna have a big game.
It's pretty wild if you just say 3. I mean, Theo John, the Canadian tight end from your beloved Penn State, if he hits all 3 of these, that would be pretty wild. Are you getting 15?
I'm pulling it up right now.
All right. You know what I'm saying, House? Or go under 3.5 receptions, under 29.5 and the touchdown.
That's right. Yeah.
I know you're getting the max for your money, but it's a lot of weird rooting.
If you throw the touchdown and it's plus 580, that's lame.
That's it?
No, with the over?
Okay. All right.
The overs and a touchdown is plus 580. The over with the touchdown with the under is 40-1.
Interesting. All right. I'll figure out how math works one day. And the NFL, because House, here's what I'm doing. My wild Wednesday prediction. The Browns and Saints will win on the same day. And that day is Sunday. And you can't get
this Sunday.
You can't get odds on just any day because then it would be, probably in 6 or 7 years it would happen for sure. But this is plus 730. That Browns Steelers thing, I don't understand that at all. Like what's going on there. So the Steelers The Browns opt not to take the bye after
Right.
the London week. The
Yes.
Steelers had a week off. They're playing in Pittsburgh, where Cleveland hasn't won since 2003. They're 0-21 straight up and 5-15-1 against the spread. And it's only 5.5. Something's up there.
Stinky.
Yes.
Stinky.
Only
Come
five
on,
and a
what are
half.
we gonna
Who do you
do?
guys think the Steelers are?
I think the Steelers are just, almost favored to win the division, and you have a rookie quarterback on the road. I don't know. Well, here's the thing: I'm going to take the Browns because I think this stinks. Come Sunday, I'll probably just make this like a rat line. I think they win, and I think. What do you think,
It's your
House?
bet. It's your bet.
Yeah.
You're taking the Browns. That's the answer.
Yeah.
I mean, it's insane. There is no support because it's literally unprecedented. This game situation that the Browns are finding themselves. They put themselves into it by electing
Third straight roadie.
not to take the bye. Right. Third straight roadie, rookie quarterback, extra rest for the Steelers. Like everything goes against the Browns here, and it's just sitting tight right there, staring us in the face at 5.5. Come on, you suckers! Come on, you
I
suckers!
think, like,
The problem is
Yeah.
Tomlin. It's conflicting because Tomlin's great off the bye, but he stinks as a big favorite. So, which trend do you want to ride or die with? You could use either one here.
I think people get freaked out by taking a division game with too many points, but you wouldn't be surprised if the Eagles beat the Giants by 15, right? But why not make this 7, considering everything I said, the history in Cleveland and Dylan Gabriel and everything else? All right, so that's the one. And then the other thing is our buddy Simmons. He's riding too high with this Drake Maybe character. I think the fact that that's only like a field goal or 3.5. Watch out for the Saints. The Bundo. I think that'll probably end up being one of our 107 picks. And they'll be up 10 and blow it. They'll give up 2 touchdowns at the end and we'll lose. But Saints and Browns both to win is plus 730. House. That's my wild and wacky Wednesday prediction. Would you have anything crazy?
I think so. I mean, I had to put in a 13-point teaser. I feel
Go ahead.
4-leg 13. I feel like that's crazy, except for it really only feels like the bets that I hit are the 10 to 13-point teasers, the multi-leg. That's the only way to ward off these bad, insane outcomes that we're getting. These late touchdowns that are flipping the numbers. Yeah, a couple of these are ones where I like the side already anyway. I like Seattle going into Jacksonville, getting the points that they're getting. So we're taking them up to 14 points. Love New England. I know that's square because we have competing situations here, both New Orleans and New England off of wins. And to me, what New England has showed us in terms of their coaching staff and really the execution on that game-winning field goal, that was really compelling to me. We watched so many of these garbage teams who have a chance to do something F up the field goal operation. Not New England. To me, I'm overinflating it. So them up to 15.5, Detroit up to 15.5. Again at Kansas City. Feels safe. Wins Kansas City win by margin.
Yep.
And then the Bears getting 17.5. If it was under 17, I wouldn't do it. But I like Washington 34-17, 34-17 to beat the Bears, and that's perfectly fine.
So wait, that's 3 teams or 4? Did I miss one?
4. Who'd I leave out? Detroit, the Bears, Seattle, and New England.
Oh, Seattle. Maybe I didn't hear so. Okay. Yeah. And Seattle gets how many?
14.
Can't lose that one.
That's good. That's pretty good, man.
You like that one? 13-point teaser time.
I would probably tease the Saints instead of the Patriots, but I like it.
Now, these are the bets that everybody, the sharps, the people who've been betting for years, say stay away from. Just stay. What are you doing playing teasers, 15 points? But House, you're right. Like, hey, you wouldn't have cared about the Chiefs, Jags last 6 minutes of the game.
Not one
because
bit.
It didn't factor in if you have these these gigantic teasers. The problem is you have to go 8-0 to win 2 of these, right? So if you go 7-1, not good. All right.
Yeah,
but anyway,
you've lost the vig.
Yes, you got it though, House. All right, let's do our play of the day and get out of here. 2 for 3 last week. I think I lost. House, you had the Dodgers minus 1.5. The Bundo, you had the Yankees Sox under. Who remembers anymore? The Dabbundo. Do it again. You got another Dabbundo here in the form of Aaron Nola, your guy. Uh-oh. How is this gonna jibe with you winning?
I think it helps the Phillies win if he pitches less.
Okay.
Under 8.5 outs for Aaron Nola plus 105. I'm pretty confident the plan is that he will not face Shohei Ohtani 2 times in this game, which means he will only face 9 batters, which means unless he goes 9 up, 9 down, I feel pretty good about this. And like he could maybe finish the 3rd inning if he gets into a good groove, but I think it's more likely he doesn't. So give me the under.
I like that. Pretty good. All right, House, hit us with the Caps. Opener
Yeah,
night.
I wanted the Caps at -1. They're -1.5 at plus 132, and I would
just
play
do it.
the
Just do
Caps
it.
-1. But
You'll
I
get the empty netter.
well, I don't know what the odds are. Just play the 1.5.
Yeah.
The one that I'm giving out is Washington on the money line. This home opener thing, Boston's depleted, and even though Washington is going to go under 95.5 total points, they will get 2 tonight by handling their business by a simple goal. We'll say the total is 5.5. We'll say 4-3. That's nice and easy. -192 money line.
Okay. I love that the Boston's depleted already. It's October 8th. We can count them out.
That's
Bruins. Sorry, it's not gonna be a hockey podcast in the Ringer anytime soon. As long as Boston's depleted first week of October.
There's going to be a Whalers podcast though, right?
Yeah, there's definitely Whalers. Yes. Let's give the ladies some love here. Phoenix Mercury, House. You know, this is game 3 tonight of the
They're still playing?
WNBA finals. They are. This is where it should be showcased, right? We're talking up against 4 baseball. I mean, how are they going to win? It's tough. But I'll tell you who's going to win, the Phoenix Mercury. They're down 2-0. I think Alyssa Thomas has a big game. She has to improve on her 9-point night the other day in game 2 and put a body or 2 on Chelsea Gray, slow her down. Mercury are 18-8 straight up at home. They're in this. They blew game 1. They should have won that. This is a kitchen sink game for the Mercury. 84-76 final. I'm sorry, Dabbundo. I don't know if that's under or over. I think it's under, but so I might get your half endorsement there. So there you go. Those are our picks. You guys feeling good? We gave out a lot of picks.
Raheem bet the first half on the Mercury too. He likes the first half.
Oh, he did? Oh, let me write that down.
Yeah. Do both.
I can do both. I can do it. All right.
You're allowed to do that in America.
House, I think the best thing to come out of this is our idea for the friend.
The Tipper Mush.
Yes. What can we call it? Yeah. All right. We're going to get on that. This is a friend.
Fando has your way.
Yes.
Their way.
Yeah. BFF jinx or something like that directs you exactly right to the hedge that you're going to have to make because your friend already counted your bet as a win. I love that. I want to get that going. We'll do that and more when we come back next week. Tomorrow, though, Dabbundo. It's me, Dabbundo, and it's Danny Heifetz. We're going to close out the week. And then on Sunday, you're there, Dabbundo, with us, right? You're stuck with us forever.
I don't know. I'm 50-50. I'm a game time decision this week.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we got the.
We'll see if I make the Sunday appearance. I'm reeling after my first best bet wise wager loss of the year. I'm not allowed to show my face in public on that show.
The Texans are off. The Texans are off this week.
And the Texans have a bye week.
He doesn't know what to do.
I'm so lost this week.
Yeah, you take this week off. You take this week off. Yeah. That's Ringer.
Texans under
show.
A half this week.
11:30 to 1 or 12:55. We try to get out there a few minutes early right here on this Ringer Gambling channel on YouTube. So check that out. That does it for another episode of the Ringer Gambling Show. For Joe House and Anthony Dabbundo, I'm Sal saying so long, and may your parlays be prosperous. Must be 21 or older and present in select states, or 18 or older and present in D.C., Kentucky, or Wyoming. If you have a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit rg-help.com. Call 1-888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org/chat in Connecticut. You must be 21 or older and present in select states. For Kansas, in affiliation with Kansas Star Casino, or 18 or older and present in D.C., Kentucky, or Wyoming. If you have a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit fanduel.com/RG, 1-888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org/chat in Connecticut, or visit mdgamblinghelp.org in Maryland. Hope is here. Visit gamblinghelplinema.org or call 800-327-5050 for 24/7 support in Massachusetts, or call 877-8-HOPE-NEW YORK or text HOPE New York in New York.